Welcome to an out-of-the-box overview and playthrough. Today I am looking at Lepra. This is a game that is a roll and write print and play. It's currently on Kickstarter. I have been provided with this copy in order to make this video. So everything you see here is pre-Kickstarter, so things may change at the end of the campaign. So Lepra is a game about a plague coming into your town, and your aim is to defeat the plague. It comes in, well, I've been given 2 sheets, which I have laminated. You will also need 4 dice, preferably of 2 different colors, and a marker pen. And the game is about trying to save your town, which is represented on a map, from the plague. And to save your town, you have to make a cure potion. In order to do that, you have to collect 4 ingredients: mercury, a parasite, sulfur, and belladonna. The game itself is a very quick turn phase. You basically roll your 4 dice, look at the numbers. The numbers determine either X or Y on your city map to determine where the next infestation of the plague has happened. So I have got 11. I'm going to have green on the left as my y-axis, and I'm going to have white along the bottom. So I've got 11 and 9. So I've got 11 and 9. So I'd cross that off. So that one is now infested. So that's my dice infestation. Then I get to quarantine any house that I want in the village. So I might quarantine this one here. I'll put in a square and a dot. And then I get to use one of the dice to do an activity. So the way that the game works is that you have manual labor in order to get your cure ingredients, or you get to get some resources which you can pay other people to help you get the cures. So there's 4 main areas in this environment. You have the harbour, and in the harbour you can pay one of your dice to fill in a square. And I'm just going to zoom this in a little bit so you can see it a bit easier. Here we go. You've got lumber, food, and alcohol. And while we're here, you'll see that there's a set of numbers. So the numbers across the harbour have to add up to whatever the target is. So for the first row, it's got to add up to 5. And so I could put a 1 here and a 2 and a 2. If I did that, I would get, when I've completed the row, I would get 1 lumber, 2 food, and 2 alcohol, and a free gold coin. And you slowly work your way down here, hitting those targets by putting a number in from your dice choice each turn. You've also got a warehouse at the bottom, which is very similar. You've got boxes that have numbers, which correspond to using a number in your number turn. Or if it's got some resource in it, then you have to use that resource. So if it's got a 4 here, for example, has a 4 with lumber, you'd have to cross off 4 lumber that you've brought in through your harbour in order to knock off that box. You get bonuses at your workshop for completing columns and completing rows, often in coins. So you're collecting resources from your harbour by spending your dice roll, your 1 dice roll per turn. You're also spending it in your workshop to upgrade and get more coins or work towards the sulfur that you hope to find in your workshop. Then you've got the second side over here. You've got a graveyard, and you can pay the grave diggers alcohol and coins or labour in order to make your way to finding a parasite. Or you can spend food and money later on to the monks in the church in order to generate some belladonna. So say I go with this roll and I've got a 3. Maybe I put it in here, which would be a bit crazy. I'm going to start again when we start the playthrough, because I would have to put 1 and 1. So then I have my next turn. So that would be turn 1. Turn 2, I've then got a 10 and an 8. So we go 10, 8. Another infection. I could put, say, go somewhere else. I could say that one. If I get an infection on a house that I've quarantined, it gets a line cross it the first time. If it gets hit again, then it's fully infected. So by quarantining houses, you can delay infection a little bit. If you get a infection on an infection already, then it propagates kind of like pandemic. So if it hits this one, it propagates orthogonally. So if I got another, what's that? That's a 10-8. I put one there, 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 and there. If I got one now on this one, 10-7, I would put one here, 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 and it would propagate to the next free one orthogonally. And so it spreads. But all is not lost. There is also a mechanism where you can purge. And by purging, you get to completely burn out a house and purge the plague from there. You get purge options when you fill full columns with quarantined houses or rows. There's purges that you can unlock, and there's also other purge options that you can unlock throughout. I don't think there's any. There's one in the couple in the workshop as you go through the game. So the decision is, do you go straight for the cure, or maybe you unlock some purges? So that comes to the question: how do you lose? You lose by, I'm going to zoom this one in again. Here we go. If you ever get a pattern of a cross, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 X's in that pattern, or an 8 block anywhere in your house. If you get either of those two patterns anywhere, you lose the game. So you need to quarantine houses to try and force or slow down the pattern of infection, or unlock purges so that you can purge in the middle of big blocks so that they don't end up getting to the defeat mechanism. I think I've pretty much covered everything so far. There's some other little things, like some of the locations have got little dice on them. If you pick those, you get an extra quarantine which you can use. There's three levels of difficulty that gives you starting purges. Might be easier if I just start playing. So I'm going to rubble that out and see how we go. I don't think I have one up there. Okay, so first start is you roll your dice, and I get a 7 and an 8. So I get a 7 and an 8. That's my first infection. I will quarantine this one, I think. I'm going to try and get a row or a column so I can unlock a purge, because that will be useful later. We'll see how we go. So I've done my infection, I've done my quarantine. Now I get to use a dice. I want to start with my harbour because that has to work top down. I need to unlock some stuff. I'm going to put the 2 in the liquor, but I don't get to use anything until I've completed the whole row. I can't use any resource because I don't have any resource, so we go to next turn. I get an 8 and a 7. So it was an 8, 7, so 8, 7 is here. Okay, I think I'll do one. Let's head up. Let's make a block of quarantined houses. Seems like a good idea. Then I'm going to use a 2. And I'm going to put this 2 on food. And that will unlock another quarantine. So I can quarantine this one. I get it for free because I have unlocked it. So now I need to get a 1 before I can use that one. And that's my turn done. Okay, so now I've got 9, 9. 9, 9. It's no problem at this time because I'm just ticking along. Let's make a nice little block of quarantine houses. I can't fill in that one because I can only have a 1 in there because there's a 5. I can't use this one because I also need a 1, but I'll have to go into my workshop and see what I've got there. What I really want is a 5 or something that I can. So here's one. I will use the 5 here for labour, and it's got a dice on it, so I get an extra quarantine, which is handy while I wait for my harbour to get going. Ooh, 12 and 4. So 12, 4. And I think I'm going to put this one here to block that off. Because if I get a infection without a house, I won't be able to complete the road. I won't unlock the purge, which would be bad. But I've got a 1, which is great, because I'll put the 1 in here, and that unlocks the coin. And I've done that row, so that's fantastic. I can now use my resources, so I can use, oh, do I want to use them? I'm going to use, if I use the 2 fish, I'll waste it on, because that's a 1 at the church, but I am going to use the 2 alcohol to pay off the gravediggers, and I'm going to use my 1 coin to pay off the gravediggers to get that going, because you have to work on all your things. So I've used the 1, so that's my dice. You can use as many resources as you've got resources. So I'll X that so I know that those have been used. But now I've unlocked this line, which is good for the harbour, because you can get bigger. The higher the number, the bigger the dice, the more resources you can get, etc, etc. Okay, so that's a 10 and a 9. 10 and 9. Okay, I'm going to quarantine this one for my freebie, so that's looking good. 7. Okay, we're 3 and a 2 and a 2. That's probably a good idea. What am I going to need? I'm going to need food. Probably 7. I'll put the 3 in there because I could use the alcohol with the gravediggers. So there is a little bit of think ahead to think about how you want to use it. That's that done. I don't have any other no, I think I'll leave it at that. Well, that is my dice. I'm not going to use any resource, so we're a 10 and a 12. And I'm just going to slowly build this down. Some big numbers there. Maybe I'll stick it in my warehouse. I want to do that one. There's a 6. I can use the, yeah, I'll use the 6. There's a 6 down here, and that will get me another quarantine. And then I've got a 10 and a 7. Doing okay. Okay, I've got a 3 there. I could put a 3 in my lumber. That might be handy because I could use it here in my workshop. So maybe I'll do that. And then I just need I do need 1s though. If you have too many 1s, why don't I just, you know what? I'm going to put it here. Put my 3 into my workshop. Gives me an extra. I've now got a row, so I have unlocked a purge, which I will keep for a special occasion. Okay, let's go. Oh, dice is escaping. That dice does not want to stay in. There we go. So that's 310. 310. Okay. So I might try and do a line now. I'm going to put one here because I think that's probably a good idea. Because if I can get a row, I can unlock another purge. I've got a 1, which is great. I'm going to throw that in here. 1 labour. So that unlocks my first graveyard, which is handy. Because then I can start working my way up to get that parasite. I don't think I want to use, well, I've got no other, I've only got a 2 and a 1. So that was my 1, so that's handy. Ooh, 7 and a 5. 7, okay. I've been very lucky with my infections that I haven't had any duplicates yet. I've got another 1, which is handy, and I've got a 2. So if I put a 2, maybe I'll take the 2 and put that in my lumber or fish. I'll take the 1. Maybe I'll put the 1 in the, oops, that was the wrong one. Because I need 1 fish to get my monks going. So I'll put 1 in there, and then I've kind of reserved it for that, for later. Seven, 12. And I'll put 1 here. Okay. So I need, what, 3, 4. I need a 3 there, which I can't do. I've got a 1, so I can use that for labour. My grave diggers, which is handy. I don't have any coins. I've got the alcohol. So what, I can't use that yet because I haven't finished the row. Anyway, I've done my dice, so that's good. And then I've got 7, 10, 7, 10. Oh, okay. So 10, 7 is already infected. So it's going to spread to my quarantine house, above, below, and aside. And that's getting a little bit worrying. I'm getting a bit of a block there. I could get a T. I have to watch that, decide whether I want to use my purge. I'm going to lock this one off and then see what we want to do with our dice. So I've got 3, 4. So I need a 3 there, which I don't have a 3, so that's no good. I can't use my thing, so I'm going to go back to my warehouse then. There's a 2. I could use the 2 down here, and that will get me another one of these. Of course, I'm going to run out of those soon, but hopefully that's an investment in the future. So I've got 6 and 2, which is very annoying because that has just blocked my attempt to get a line across. So that is very annoying. I guess I'll try down here, because then I've got 2 paths, because every time it's infected I can't get an extra purge. Okay, so I've got some 1s. So what did I need? I needed a 3, didn't I? So I'm blocked here. So what's that? That's 4. Yeah, I needed another 3. So that's blocked, which is a bit annoying. But I've got plenty of space in here. Here's a 1. I'll take the 1, and that gets me another one of these. I want to go sideways. No, I want to go hedge my bets. I'll go this way. Okay, still need a 3. It doesn't count unless it's in the bowl. 3 3s. Overflowing in 3s, in fact. Okay, so that's 4, 6. 4. Oh, okay. 4, 6 is a quarantine house, so that just gets a 1 strike. So that's not too bad. But I've got my 3, which I will put in here. Gives me 7, and it unlocks the coin. Now I can do fun things, because I can spend that coin on my grave diggers. I can spend 3 alcohol on my grave diggers, which unlocks my next column. I'm going to spend my 1 food on my monks, and What else can I do? I think I'll hold up on the labour, the lumber. I'll use that another time. So I need 3 food at least for my next level of monk. But let's see our next infection. 9 and 7. So 9. Oh, 9 and 7. Okay, so that's already infected. So I'm going to get an infection here. One here. That one will propagate to here. And then it will propagate to there. Am I dead? No. It's not looking good though. Okay. I'm going to do a purge. This is just too scary. So I'm going to do my purge and I'm going to fill in this one. Because that's going to block that patterns. For the moment. Okay, so that's my purge. I still have to do my I'll put one here, I think. And now I've got my dice. Okay, so I can start a new one now, which is great. I'm going to put a 3. Put the 3 in there, which gets me another one of these, which I'm going to put here. Yeah, and I've got 3 fish. Oh, no, that's 3 lumber, which I could spend. I can put that here. So I put 3, I'll cross off my 3 lumber. And I'm going to do this one, and that gets me another double little dice, so I get another one of these, which I'll put here. And I've got 1 lumber. Can I use 1 lumber anywhere? Yep. Do I want to do that yet? No, maybe I'll wait for that. Ticking along though, and I did my dice, so it's time for more dice. In you go. Okay, so that's 9, 7. 9, oh dear, oh 9, oh perfect. So that's a 9, 7 on a burnt out. So that goes nowhere. That's a relief. I'm going to do my quarantine there. And what am I going to do? So I've got to get 8 here. So I don't want too big. Why don't I put the 1 in the... Actually, I'm going to use the 1 labour here. My grave diggers. Because that gives me another one of these. Which is looking good. I'm trying to get this line now. What else could I do? I've got 1 lumber. I don't think I can get 1 for a 1. Nope. Okay, next turn. Oh, come back. Lost the dice. Here we go. Okay, so 6 and 8. 6 and 8, which is a quarantine house, which is fine. What do I want to do? 3's pretty good. So I'm going to put a 3 in with my food. And I've still got a 2 food. Might save that for later. Yeah, I don't have any resource, so we'll go to the next turn and see how we go. Oops. Okay. 11, 4. 11, 4. Okay, that's not the end of the world. I need a 2 here, otherwise that's blocked. So I'm going to have to spend it in my warehouse. There's a 4. Do I have any 4s? I don't have any 4s. That would have been a good one. I'm trying to look for things that I can get more dice. But I can't, so I can then look. Maybe I'll look at filling one of these rows in. So I'm going to use the 5 here. Bit of labour. Of course, I should think about the cure at some point. Okay, 8, 6. 8. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's a quarantine house. Okay, and I guess we carry on here. 2 more. Okay, I got a 2. So I can put a 2 here, which then finishes that one. I get 2 gold coins. I can spend one of my gold coins on my gravedigger. I've only got 2 alcohol, so that's not going to help there. But I have got 3 fish food, which I can pay the monks. Which gets me going there. Just got to keep these things ticking over. I have got, yeah, that's, I've also got 3 lumber. Can I use that usefully? Yeah, here we go. I'll use my 3 lumber for this one in my warehouse, which gets me another. So I'm one more away of unlocking a purge, which is handy. What I've got left? 2 alcohol. I need 4. Okay, I guess we better roll some dice. And we get a 7 and a 9. 7. Oh, that's good. Got to watch that though. Again, getting a lot of activity. Now I've unlocked another one, so I'll get up to 11, so I can get even more stuff, which is pretty cool. Bigger numbers. You know what? I can probably put. What if I've got one in here? Because then I could finish that off. Have I got a 4? I need a 4. Don't have a 4, so I guess I will look at. I'm going to put a 6 in here, the food. That'll give me some more options later. Then it's a 6 and a 6. A 6 and a 6, which is quarantine, and I have now got my last house. Excellent, so I've unlocked another purge, which I probably don't need to use yet. I think I'm okay. Just looking out for those blocks. Okay, so I've got a 6 here. I need an 11, so I need to find 5 somewhere else. So I guess that's a 2 and a 3. Maybe I'll stick a 2 here and see how we go. Okay, that's a 9 and an 8. 9 and 8. Oh, that's not good. So it's here, so it's going to propagate to there, to there, to there, and probably, I don't know, propagate through the burning building. It's only been purged. I think it will be blocked. That's the way I'm going to read it. Have I lost? Okay, I think I'm still okay. That's getting dangerous. Still has to be an 8 by 8, so I'm 1 turn away from dying. So that was that. Let's try our luck here. What do we got with dice? We need a 3, which we've got, so I can throw a 3 in here, which gives me 11, unlocks the coins. Let's see what we can do with that. I'm going to sacrifice 6 and 2 is 8 fish, but that unlocks another level of the monks. We've got 4 alcohol, which unlocks another level of the gravediggers, which is really handy. I've got 2 coins. Can I spend them anywhere else? No, I don't think so. I think they're all for the, well, the monks need them later on, but I'm going to get on it. So that's 2 coins off the gravediggers. So I've nearly got my parasite, and I've unlocked 14 as well. And I've got 3 lumber, which I don't need yet. I've got 4 though. Oh, there was a 4 down here. So maybe I'll use the 3 and the 4 to unlock. Oh no, that was the wrong one. Oops. That's the good thing with print and play. If you make a mistake, you just rub it out and put it back. Okay, haven't lost yet, but haven't got any cures yet either. Time to start looking for cures, I think. So that's 8-4. No, it's not, it's 8-2. Even better. And I think we'll start trying to lock off some of these to slow the infection down. 14 now. Why don't I put a 4 there? 4 alcohol. I'm going to need 8. That would mean another whole turn. I think it's worthwhile. So I'll put a 4 there. And I'm going to put another one here. So I've got anything to spend. Nothing else has happened. So it's very much driven by how your resources pan out. And as you wait for more resources, things are happening. So that's a 5-10. 5-10, which is my... So that's good, that's slow. 14, I've got a 5. What do I want a 5 on? 5 on fish, I think. Food. And yeah, that's done. So then there's an 8-3. 8-3. And I think we'll just carry on down here. I've got to use a dice, don't I? I've got a 5, so I can do a 5 here, which knocks that one off. I get more coins. That's now blocked till I've got labor, and I don't have enough alcohol. But I'll worry about that next turn. But what next layer, I get the cure, which is some mercury, so that's handy. Assuming I'm not dead yet. 4-8. 4-8. That's fine. Let's consolidate there. Right, we can unlock a big one here. Yeah, I'm going to put a 5 in because we need some big numbers, and I will need that for my alcohol. But let's see what we can spend. We've got 5 fish, but we need 8. We need 8 alcohol, lumber. Let's see what we can do here. Lumber, I need a 6. Oh no, that's not there, that's the 6 number. I need a 5. So if I do that, that locks that one off, and that unlocks another coin, which is handy. And I think we're done. So I've got I think I can get those 2 cures fairly quickly. That one's quite quick. So the biggest bottleneck is going to be the church. So I better start working on that in a hurry. Okay, 8. Oh dear. Okay. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, and that one goes nowhere because it's off the map. Have I lost? No, the crosses are not. Oh yeah, I've lost. So here I've got an 8x8 block. I'm assuming that this is symmetrical. So I should have purged in here. That one got me. So I should have seen that was growing, and I should have purged one of those blocks with my purge. So yeah, so you got to do a little bit of think ahead. But in terms of where I got to, I was nearly unlocking that one. I was 2 away of unlocking the graveyard. I was quite a long way away of unlocking the church. And I think the workshop was very doable. But I like this. I like hard games. I like hard solo games. if you want it to be easier, you could start with the 2 purges up front, which would then give you more options for blocking out infection. But yeah, I missaw that one. So you need to keep an eye on your village. This is Lepra. It's at the time of this video, it's currently on Kickstarter. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and like.